So my idea is to revigorate the applications of complex system studies in social sciences in the era of information overabundance. As I've mentioned, but I will repeat it, that I attended quite a few meetings of NEXI, the early ones in the beginning of this century, and ending with the last one. And it's only a part, let's say it's only a part of my experience. And I've studied complex systems for about 35 years or so, and I may say that I'm not a specialist in complex systems, but I'm a specialist who may say something when people use the term complex systems or complexity in studying social phenomena. But predominantly, I focus on business management, conflicts and security, and recently environment, the Anthropocene, and sustainability. And what we observe right now, what is the background of the project, that since the beginning of this century, we can observe a kind of decrease of interest in the studies of broadly defined complexity. I could talk much longer as to explain what are the causes of this phenomenon, that maybe there are too many definitions, etc., etc. But what is important, why it is necessary to revigorate the studies of complex systems, of complex social studies, that now we are living in the era of the so-called information overload, or information glut, or information overabundance. Purposively, I don't want to focus at the first stage of development of this team. I don't intend to focus on artificial intelligence. It will make the problems much more intricate and very difficult to deal with. So it may be the state that broadly defined complexity studies embodying a very wide spectrum of ideas, from autopoiesis and Luhmann, some qualitative concepts, and to the mathematical models, are a very good instrument to deal with the phenomena associated with information overload, etc., etc. Here, I purposely recall a situation from one of the next meetings when late Elvin Toffler, together with Heidi Toffler, appealed to the participants. We describe and study the social reality, and you, the complexity people, I quote Alvin Toffler directly, should help us in a better understanding of this modern world. So, of course, therefore, my idea is much more modest. So that is, I don't propose to develop any new unified complexity science, complexity theory, etc. It's just the main idea is to just revigorate it, to include more people, and to engage more people to study, to apply the so-called complex systems. Just to very briefly, what are exactly the aims of the project? By the way, I read it as inspiration one of the recent books by Brian Castellani, Lasse Gerrit, which who tried to collect all the ideas of complex system. I'm also associated with the group which is now developing the database on complexity, cybernetics, etc., etc. So what are the ideas of the project that I would like to develop? Gathering a group of scholars, of specialists, better to say, scholars and practitioners doing research in various domains of broadly defined complexity studies, providing a platform for exchange of various views and facilitating mutual learning, then developing common interests and potential joint research areas. Many, let's say, given that many organizations that attain complexity, could be necessary to develop a stronger institutional network, but it's not so important right now. And developing a kind of intellectual umbrella for all those meetings. So very briefly, so far we've gathered a team of people. There's one main problem, that it's difficult to establish a group of people permanently interested in this. We meet once one team, the other time it's another team. And this is the main weakness of this. That's why I want to promote the project during this seminar. Thank you very much.